Hey guys. Okay, so for several months now, my husband, the infamous mechanical owl, he's been doing a lot of videos. I've been watching on the sidelines. I've held the camera on certain occasions, and I've even had little bitty cameos here and there. So he's been bugging me to do a video. I've kind of been wanting to do a video, so I figured let's start today. Let's bring it inside where he's normally outside, and let's do a little baking. Well, not necessarily baking because our oven is on the fritz right now and it's killing me, but I did find something where you can do a cheesecake in the Instant Pot. So we're going to do that today. Keep in mind, I'm on the ketogenic diet, so this is a recipe for a keto cheesecake. What is the ketogenic diet? In a nutshell, it's low carb, high fat, grain free. For something more complicated, it's way more complicated than that. And if you need more of an explanation, I definitely encourage you to Google it because it's way too much than what this video can cover right here. So what does that mean for the cheesecake today? It means that instead of sugar, we're going to be using Swerve. Swerve is basically a erythritol-based sugar substitute or sweetener. Erythritol is a sugar alcohol, and it basically doesn't affect your blood sugar at all. It just, your body can't even process it, so it just runs right through you. So basically you're the middleman for a little while. And as far as the crust, it's grain-free, so we're going to be using almond flour. Bob's Red Mill is definitely the most recommended, and if you are not going to go with Bob's Red Mill, just make sure to get, if you get almond flour, get super fine from blanched whole almonds if you don't go with this one, but this is kind of the gold standard. So let's start. Okay, so then now let's go to the Instant Pot. I have the Ultra, which is a 6-quart. A lot of people, everything I've seen, nobody ever has this one. So if you have the Duo, which is the one you probably have, it's still 6-quart, and therefore you need a 7-inch springform pan. So this is a lot smaller than the traditional cheesecake or size cheesecake pan that you would have. So let's prepare our pan first before we start with anything else. I like to, and it seems kind of slippery enough, but I don't know. I don't want things to stick at the very end and fall apart, so I just give it a quick little spray with some olive oil spray. And then just kind of paper towel it out. Just kind of give it a little slippery surface. And also, the way that you want to prep your springform for the Instant Pot, you need foil. So let's take a little bit of foil, and we are going to totally squeeze this around the bottom, because obviously the Instant Pot is a pressure cooker, so it uses steam. So we don't want any chance of we want the least amount of liquid and moisture as possible to get in there. So we really want to just tighten that around the bottom of this. Okay. Let's start with our crust. So it's a grain-free crust. We're going to start with a cup of almond flour. Three tablespoons of butter, which we're going to melt. So we're going to start at about 20 seconds. Let's see. We got our melted butter, but first let's add 3 tablespoons of our powdered Swerve. And you want to do powdered. There's granulated Swerve as well, and that'll make things grainy. So to have a nice smooth consistency, let's do the powdered. 3 tablespoons. And let's do a pinch of salt, because salt actually brings out the sweetness in things. It's all about balance, right? Just salt. All right, let's mix the dry together. Swerve can get kind of chunky, so just smooth that out as much as you can. All right, and now let's pour our melted butter in. Again, 3 tablespoons. And it's not the typical graham cracker crust, you know, that traditional cheesecakes have, but this definitely does the trick if you're avoiding carbs and grains. And I have celiac disease, so I can't have gluten. So this works for me, but, you know, any substitute is great. So kind of work it all in so it's nice and crumbly like that. And now let's get our springform pan here. So now we're gonna empty that into our pan. Okay, now you're just gonna press it all down. Press it down. And try to get it even. Just try to picture how it's gonna look like when it's out. This is obviously the crust. And you can kind of press it up along the sides. You know how cheesecakes are, where the crust kind of comes up around the side like that. And just work it around and try to even it out. It's really just sort of soft and moldable at this point, so do what you can and just make it sort of even. I've had cheesecakes where I didn't even it out that well and they're sort of slanted. So just, yeah, work it around the side like this. I've had cheesecakes where they're kind of slanted at the end, but you know, just kind of work it up along the side. Doesn't have to go too high. So that works there. So let's put this in the freezer. So the crust is in the freezer. We're just kind of letting it set for a little bit. And now it's time for the filling, the best part. So we got our KitchenAid. Oops, there's some pot out of the way. So this is 12 ounces of softened cream cheese. Definitely make sure it's softened or else it's gonna have a hard time working itself around. And so that 12 ounces this is 8, so about 1.5 of these. Okay, so put that in there. And obviously this is the meat and the potatoes of the cheesecake. It's the main portion, so let's just start this on low and you're just gonna start going until it's smooth. Okay, so we have the cream cheese being beaten pretty smooth here. So we're going to add 5 tablespoons of powdered Swerve. Again, powdered. You really don't want to do the granulated, especially in this case, because you don't want a grainy cheesecake. So 1 and 5. Let that do its thing for a little bit. Of course, with these stand mixers, you gotta kind of take a little break here and there and push down stuff that's been pushed to the side. Make sure everything gets incorporated. Push it off the whisk here. You're gonna have weird little chunky spots in your cheesecake. All right, knock that off. And keep it going, keep mixing. So now you're going to want to add your egg. Put that in there. And we're going to do a 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. cup of heavy whipping cream right in there. So we're gonna do about a quarter cup of sour cream. It gives it that nice little tang that cheesecakes have. You can either do this or you can do a little, or you can do some lemon juice. Get that in there. Woo. And finally, we're gonna add about a half teaspoon of vanilla extract. So that in there too. Just let it go, work its magic. For a little bit, we're going to give it a little pause again and knock down the sides again. Everything that's been worked up along the sides, and you will notice kind of like chunks of cream cheese that have been just sort of sitting there where the paddle hasn't been getting it. So just kind of mix it all up, give everything a chance to get all mixed up together. And get it going again. So that's pretty well mixed. So now we're going to transfer our filling into our crust that's been in the freezer at this point. So let's grab that. It's just been sort of chilling out, literally. Okay. And just kind of get all that off the paddle there. Take off the paddle so we're not totally dripping everywhere. Okay. And now we're just gonna spoon all of this goodness right into our crust, into our pan here. And that looks awesome. Around, get that all even. Spatulas are amazing. Maybe refrain from licking that because there's raw egg in it, but you know. Okay, now that all looks nice in there. So we're ready for the Instant Pot now. Now, again, like I said, Instant Pots, obviously they're pressure cookers and it's all steam. So we want to get as little moisture in there as possible. So what we're gonna do to try to help this along, we're gonna place a paper towel right over here. And we're gonna get another piece of foil. And we're gonna lay that foil on top, and we're gonna just kind of clamp it down. And again, this is just to prevent as much moisture as possible from getting in there. And that paper towel will kind of help to absorb stuff too. So at the end, everything should pretty much be covered in foil. Get that tightly around. Okay. Now Instant Pot. So again, this is the Ultra. Very few people I know have this one. A lot of people have the Duo, I believe, which is about the same size. You want your trivet in there. So have that in there. Place this gently inside. Oh, actually, you know what? Haha. Let's put water in first to activate that. So our pressure cooker has something to work with. Do a cup of water. And we're gonna just lay this down right in here. Try to keep it as level as possible. With all the foil and stuff, it's kind of gotta fit it in there. Okay, and then we're gonna seal this puppy up. Now with the Duo, I know that the setting is manual. For the Ultra, it's pressure cook. So same thing. So we're basically setting it to pressure cook / manual. We're gonna put this for, 30 minutes on high. Start. And we're gonna let it do its magic in there. And when it's done, you don't want to do a instant pressure release. You want it to do a gradual or a natural pressure release rather. So let it go for about 20 to 25 minutes when it's done. And basically by the time 25 minutes is up, there won't be anything left to release with the button. So just let it go, let it do its thing. Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes set on manual on high pressure in the Instant Pot, plus 25 minutes or so just letting it naturally pressure release. So it's been 33 minutes at this point, so we can just kind of stop that. Even if you try to do an instant pressure release, all the pressure is gone. It won't do anything. So let's get this puppy out of here. So if a lot of stuff online says about making like a foil sling to put in there to help lift it out afterward, I don't even think that's necessary. Just get a couple just to protect your hands and just lift the guy out right there. Let it down. Okay. And you're gonna want to gently take off that foil and that paper towel. See, that really helped protect it from all the moisture. So we're just going to now let this sit out on the counter, let it cool naturally for about, I don't know, maybe a couple hours to one to 2 hours or so. And then once it's naturally cooled down on the counter, we can move it on, foil it back up and move it into the fridge where it's going to cool for at least 4 hours, preferably overnight. But that's it for now. Hello friends, welcome back. So it's been about 6 hours since I put this in the fridge. I did say that overnight is the best, but we're a little, you know, we have places to be tomorrow night or tomorrow morning. So we are going to do the unveiling tonight after 6 hours. Should be okay. So this is how you release this beast from the springform pan. So I had boiling water in this cup and just a regular old butter knife that's been heating up in here and a paper towel. So we're going to get the knife that's been in the hot water, just kind of pull the moisture off with the paper towel and just kind of work it around the edge. And then you're gonna kind of wanna pull it up at some point, pull off the excess, give it a little dunk in the hot water again, and then wipe off the moisture again. And then right where you left off, just kind of work it. Okay, and it's kind of pulling off. So we're gonna wipe that, let it soak again in the hot water. Make sure to wipe off all the liquid and just work it around. And it's not gonna be as neat as I would like it to, but it's gonna work. And you just repeat this process until we're all the way around. And we're almost there. Let's do one more dunk. One more dunk in the hot water. Okay, so let's see how this goes. Now we're gonna do the release on the spring form. Ta-da! And it's not perfect, but you know, that's actually a much nicer side there. Let's put that there. And that's a nice little cheesecake. And we're gonna cut into it. That actually It feels really nice. It's got a nice give to it. And that's actually really lovely right there. That's a nice set piece of cheesecake. So there you have it. There was my keto instant pot cheesecake. It's not the prettiest, but it actually is really delicious. So I hope you like this video. It's my first video, so please be kind. There's more to come. I have a bone broth video that I want to do, and lots more to come. Other keto recipes and barbecue recipes and videos. So please stay tuned.